Everybody, welcome on into HSN, a special show with Mr. Andrew Lessman in store tonight. New Today specials coming up. Andrew's going to be joining us live in about 25 minutes. But first, before we get there, earlier, Andrew had a chance to sit down with one of his very dear friends, a talented gentleman, smart man, Dr. Daniel Amen, to talk about a brand new book and a very special offer that is near and dear to Andrew's heart. So without further ado, let's listen to what Andrew has to say with these special words.
Hi there, Andrew Lessman here, with an unusual start to my shows. We'll be starting the show probably in about, I guess about 15, 20 minutes. There's going to be a video that follows me here, a video that I shot with a dear friend of mine who's probably the, I hope I don't insult other friends of mine who are doctors right now when I say he's probably about the most kind and caring physician that I know. Dr. Daniel Amen. Many of you have probably seen him doing broadcasts on public broadcasting. He has a new book. It's called The End of Mental Illness. And I just thought this book was so important that we put a package together that hopefully makes it too good to be true. It comes with a couple of free bottles of vitamins that are their value is more than the cost of the book. And the book, The End of Mental Illness, it's not like we could put an end to mental illness, but just that phrase in itself has a bit of a pejorative or negative definition to it. If we have problems with our knees and we limp, people don't think differently of us. But if there's something going on with our brain, they do. And that's something that Daniel really takes just a wonderful position and explains it in a fashion that I think we should all understand and appreciate, because there's no organ that determines our path through life more than our brain. And understanding it can only help us be more understanding of ourselves and others. So hopefully you watch that brief video and hopefully you enjoy the book. It's a great read. It contains a lot of technical information, but it's actually a very easy read. And I think it can help all of us and help the people we know and love. So that video is going to be coming up briefly. What I also wanted to mention is coming up at midnight will also be, we've kind of shifted our schedule around this year because we totally redeveloped and redesigned our Ultimate Eye formula. Normally that would be the Today Special now. It will be the Today Special in July. But it's a brand new formula and we were able to make enough for this June visit. We'll have it mentioned, so we'll have plenty to go around in June. We'll have the abundance of it in July. Our brand new Ultimate Eye with 20% more lutein, 20% more zeaxanthin, more than 20% greater levels of anthocyanins. So it's a much better formula in terms of potency, the same great quality ingredients. It's now a small, tiny little soft gel instead of a 2-piece capsule. And the price hasn't gone up a penny. In fact, it's the lowest price ever as a Today Special. So even though we increased the potency of all its key and very expensive ingredients, it's the best value ever. So that's Ultimate Eye. We also took your advice, and astaxanthin was always a separate Today Special along with Ultimate Eye. Not this year, because we now do a version of Ultimate Eye that combines the astaxanthin. So you could choose Ultimate Eye, or you could choose Ultimate Eye with astaxanthin. And of course, in so doing, it made it the most affordable those products combined have ever been. So even more savings there. And then of course, we have our brand new Maximum L plus Z that was introduced last year. And our Maximum L plus Z is 12 milligrams of lutein, 6 milligrams of zeaxanthin. Actually the same levels you see in 2 capsules of Ultimate Eye. But a lot of doctors, including my own, recommend to a lot of their patients that they take a booster of lutein and zeaxanthin because of its importance for folks who have certain issues. And just certainly for many of us as we get older. I think that minimum levels of lutein and zeaxanthin at 6 milligrams and 12 milligrams respectively would be great. If we do 12 and 24, even better. So you get our Maximum L plus Z booster, which is the most affordable way to get an extra high potency lutein and zeaxanthin small, easy to swallow capsule. So those 3 products, 3 incredible options to do something wonderful for what is arguably, I say arguably, the most important of our 5 senses, but I don't think most folks would give me an argument. Our vision is something that we depend on, and certainly as we age, we all know full well that that vision is going to change, and not necessarily for the better. Although if you read a lot of the reviews in this product, you'll see that it can actually change for the better. So this is an opportunity to give your body what it needs and what your body uses to concentrate those critical optical pigments in the fragile tissues and protect those tissues of your eyes. So we'll be talking about that at midnight. And that's a Today Special. That's really an advanced look at the Today Special for July. And we brought in enough to satisfy everyone's requirements. And then, of course, we'll have our Secure. And our Secure Meal Replacement, that's something that we selected as a Today Special, kind of a filler Today Special, but only because of the requests that we've seen and the demand we've seen of it, both because it's so affordable at times when we've been going through some economic challenges now in this country, and also at a time when so many of us have appreciated that wellness and being at our optimum weight and doing what we can about obesity or being overweight pays all sorts of health benefits that we had never anticipated before. So our Secure Meal Replacement is the lowest calorie, the lowest priced. It's also the best tasting, because what I did is, certainly ours is a very technically designed product, but then we went out to the folks who are sort of the artists when it comes to, and some of them almost call them magicians when it comes to flavor. And the same wonderful flavors that you find in those yummy fast food shakes that have nothing else to recommend them other than their yumminess. They're otherwise high in calories and a lot of unhealthy things, but they do taste great. So we took a page out of their book, and that's how we flavored our meal replacements. So you will love all of the flavors, whether it's chocolate, vanilla, coffee, pina colada, which has become everyone's new favorite. They're incredible tasting, low calorie, incredibly cost-effective, economical as well. The price, the Today's Special price on the 100 serving supply is a little over 60 cents a serving. But if you get a second of any flavor, it's $10 off. It's a little over 50 cents a serving. And unlike even the Today Special in January, where we configure it in specific sort of discrete configurations that aren't variable, you could assemble this however you choose. You could buy one or more of whatever configuration you want, whatever 100 meal you want, and create any configuration you want. And every additional bottle after the first is a little over 50 cents a meal and just $54.90. And despite how heavy they are, and they weigh several pounds each, everything is free shipping and handling. All the products are free shipping and handling. So that's another wonderful Today Special that will be there at midnight. The 4 most popular flavors: vanilla, chocolate, coffee, and pina colada. Again, lowest calorie meal replacement, most economical meal replacement, best tasting meal replacement you're going to find. So enjoy that. And then before the video, I just want to say one more thing about Daniel Amen. He can provide so much information that I think so many of us, so much of it goes underappreciated, that I think when it comes to our brain and how our brain functions, a lot of us have issues and a lot of us struggle. And oftentimes it's easier to show compassion to others than it is to show compassion to ourselves. This book just is just full of insights. And we provide a bottle of vitamin D and a bottle of theanine, which is Mother Nature's wonderful sort of soothing and relaxing supplement. And so hopefully the value of those products, which are more than the value of the book, encourages you to read the valuable information in the book or to share it with a loved one. Again, I think we don't appreciate how much of an impact we can have on how our brain functions. And the fact that how our brain functions really determines how we move through life, how we enjoy relationships or struggle with relationships or struggle with our work. It's an organ like any other organ, and it shouldn't be something that we treat any differently than issues with any other organ in our body. Unfortunately, and that's why the title of the book is The End of Mental Illness, because we do treat it differently. And hopefully this book is one large step to not looking at it in the negative fashion that many of us have in the past, all of us have in the past, certainly as a society. So enjoy the video, enjoy meeting my dear friend, Daniel Amen. Hi there, Andrew Lessman here, playing an unusual role today. Normally I'm the guest, but today I'm bringing you a guest, and my guest is Dr. Daniel Amen, a dear friend, someone who's helped me and helped many friends and loved ones, and who can now help you, and help you with arguably the most important organ in our body, our brain. It determines how we feel. It determines how we can maintain the quality of our relationships. And I'm doing something very special today. Normally, I'm talking to you about vitamins. Today, I'm talking to you about this book because it's even more important than my vitamins. And it's my nonprofit that's really behind this, because it's something that I think is more important than me having a profit. So we are also including 2 bottles of vitamins, our brand new theanine, that is a wonderful calming nutritional supplement. It's an amino acid. And it also helps support focus as well. So it's unusual. Usually when we think of calming, we think of falling asleep. But calming and increased focus is something that's unique to theanine. Also, you'll get a free bottle of vitamin D. So my brand new theanine, brand new vitamin D, that would be over $30 value. It comes for free with this book. That's just $19.90, normally a $26 plus book. So, and a 10% off coupon that you could use between July and December of this year. So hopefully I've made that too good to be true, too good to say no to. And Daniel, my dear friend, the book provides all sorts of tools for someone who might be struggling, or just someone who's aging. And all of us, as we're aging, our brain is aging, and if we want to avoid issues in the future.
Well, thank you, Andrew. Such a joy to be with you. And I wrote The End of Mental Illness after I've been a psychiatrist just about 40 years. And we've been looking at the brain for the last 30 years. And I came to understand
Sorry to interrupt. You actually look at the brain, whereas most psychiatrists never look at the brain.
Right.
They're treating symptoms or what they're talking to their patient about. But you actually have the benefit of over 160,000 brain scans. And the book is replete with dozens of images of brain scans. So you actually see how behaviors and how medications or how supplements affect the brain itself and how it then affects behavior. Sorry.
And that's the idea behind The End of Mental Illness. These illnesses, depression, anxiety, schizophrenia, ADHD, PTSD, bipolar disorder, whatever, they're not mental health issues, they are brain health issues. Get your brain right and your mind will follow. That if we're gonna end mental illness in this country, it will only begin with a revolution in brain health. So your brain is an organ just like your heart is an organ, and your brain will go, oh, I'm sad. That means it might be inflamed, or it might have had a head injury, or it might be exposed to toxins. And in the book, I have this mnemonic, Bright Minds, to help people know, well, what are the major risk factors to lose your mind, brain risk factors, and what can you do in a simple, actionable way?
Right. And again, it's interesting that you talk about in the book, and you mention this in all your books, and all of Daniel's books are amazing, that you, in literally looking at the brain, it's unique when you look at any other doctor treating any other system or organ or structure in the body, looks at that system, organ, or structure, that you are unique among, say, psychiatrists, at least initially, in that you, and hopefully there are others now who do this, but you can look at a brain. I remember at the time, I told you I played football, and you're like, you're not a good idea. But you said at the time that you could look at, say, a professional football player, and by looking at their brain scan, you could tell me what position they played or how long they played it for. That I always talk about structure and function, whether it's your heart or your bones, that the same applies to your brain, that maintaining a healthy structure of your brain, the healthy function follows. And that's something that this book makes eminently accessible to anyone, to change their brain, to change, and by changing your brain, you change your health, you change how you think. And again, another thing you bring out in the book, how you think affects the structure, the function, and the health of your brain.
Well, and there's nowhere in school where they teach you how not to believe every stupid thought you have. And we live in a society that is really increasing the negativity, because negativity drives clicks on social media. So whenever you're listening to the news, they always lead with the most awful, evil, terrible thing, because then they have your attention, which means their advertisers will make more money. And we have to be so careful to guard our minds, or it drives, this negativity will drive anxiety. And anxiety levels in teenagers have just skyrocketed. It will drive depression, and suicide has actually increased 33% since 1999, while cancer has declined 27%. Why? We're working on the wrong paradigm, where we make diagnoses based on symptoms with no biological data. And what my practice does, it's like, no, we should look at your brain before we give you anything for it. Now, I realized a long time ago, not everybody can come to one of my clinics and get a scan. Right. So based on now 160,000 scans, we develop checklists that are in the book that help you know, well, what are my risk factors? And then what can I do about it? It's so actionable.
No, and the book is so accessible. It's incredibly easy to read. And even I found, after I read the book, it was sitting on my table, that I would just open it to a page anywhere. It's kind of like those books that have a saying for the day. You can open the book and see what your saying for the day is. That it's just so easy to access, and everything is so important. And it's the sort of things that we all need to be reminded of, or we all need to learn for the first time. And what I've done, what my nonprofit is doing, is just making this book available in an offer that's hopefully too good to refuse. Because at $19.90, it's a $26 hardcover book that I'm also providing with it a free bottle of a 60 capsule supply of my brand new theanine, a free bottle of a 60 capsule supply of a 2000 IU vitamin D3, and a 10% off coupon that you could use in the second half of the year between July and December. So all of those things, it's an over $60 value. So it's just a great opportunity to take advantage of, or to do something for arguably the most important organ in your body, your brain, because how we feel depends upon how healthy our brain is, how well we process information, how well we engage in our relationships. Our work is determined by how well our brain functions. And this book just provides a myriad of easy to apply lessons and tools that anyone could follow to make a profound difference. And as I said before, I think you're half doctor, you must be half lawyer, because you make such a great case for engaging in the activities in this book. And hopefully it's just an opportunity for everyone to take advantage of and keep this book, keep it as a coffee table book, or keep it in your bathroom, wherever you'll just thumb through it and read it as frequently as possible, because it will change your life.
It also makes for a great gift.
Right.
If you know someone who's struggling with anxiety or depression, and what they've been doing really hasn't been working, and as you and I talked about off camera, when someone is struggling with, quote, a mental health issue, it doesn't just affect them. It affects everybody in their environment, at home, at work, at church, wherever. And so when people get their brains right, their mind follows, but then that helps everyone around them. And it's just so simple. Like you said, your brain's involved in everything you do, how you think, how you feel, how you act, how you get along with other people. It's the organ of intelligence, character, and every decision you make, which means when your brain works right, you're healthier, you're happier, you have more money, because it's about decision making, and your relationships are better. But when your brain is not right, for whatever reason, you had a head injury, sadder, sicker, poorer, less successful. So this small investment, and I love, not only do they get the book, but they get nutrients to support their brain, because both vitamin D and theanine impact the brain in powerful ways. And
we talked about omega-3s as well, because that's a structural organ, a structural component of the brain itself.
The brain.
And another thing that you do here, I think a lot of folks are potentially embarrassed or ashamed when they might suffer from some mental health issue, and they might not go see a psychiatrist or a psychologist. And even if they do, I mean, if I broke my leg doing something foolish, people that I have a broken leg, whatever, even if I did something foolish, I just had a broken leg, if I was snowboarding or something like that, it doesn't change your opinion of me. But there's something strange about mental health issues, that it kind of takes on this pejorative, and I think that's why a lot of us might be ashamed or embarrassed or don't do the things we ought to do. And this is a way to do it, to offer self-care to you or someone you love. And hopefully what this book also does is help to change that perspective, that it isn't something pejorative or negative, that it's no different than a sprained ankle or a hurt knee or an upset stomach, that it's the brain, an organ like any other organ in your body, that when it has an issue structurally that you could see on a scan, it's evident functionally. And functionally just means how we think or how we behave. So hopefully this goes a long way to eliminate that negative connotation of mental health issues, where it's just a brain health issues. And sometimes that brain health issue pertains to another health issue in your body, that when you correct that, your brain is fine.
No one is shamed for cancer or diabetes or heart disease, even though all three of those have significant lifestyle contributions.
Right.
No one should be shamed for depression, bipolar disorder, schizophrenia. They're brain health issues. And I think until we get rid of the term mental illness, call them what they really are, that people, and I've heard this thousands of times in my career from family members, it's like, I'm not going to go see a psychiatrist. I'm not crazy. And psychiatrists, we've done that to ourselves.
Right.
Because if everybody wants a better brain, right? So what if mental health was brain health? And nobody cares about their brain. Why? Because you can't see it. You can see the wrinkles in your skin or the fat around your belly. And
I say that about the liver
something
all the time, yes.
But when I started looking at the brain, and I looked at mine and I'm like, oh, that's not good, because I played football in high school. I had meningitis when I was a young soldier, and I had bad habits. And my 6-year-old mother had a better looking brain than I did.
Right.
So I developed this concept I call brain envy. Right. I wanted a better brain. And because of that, I've learned all this great stuff I put in the book.
No, but even the same with me. I figured if there's one scan of any organ I have that's going to be the best scan in the world, it's going to be my brain. Thanks to my parents, I was blessed with a good brain. And unfortunately, I went to see you just after I had crashed a mountain bike. And it was one really ugly scan. You reminded me of that recently. But when you start doing the right thing, and I remember we scanned it again, it was only a matter of weeks later. And the scan was a beautiful scan. And so it's what we do and how we treat our body and how we treat our brain that determines how well our brain is going to treat us. It shouldn't be the victim of our conduct. It should be the beneficiary, because it goes where we take it. And then we follow. So hopefully, and I know we only have a couple of more minutes here, hopefully everyone takes advantage of this. It's going to be our springtime special. It's a book that's retail is over $26. It's a hardcover book. It's an amazing book. It's a life-changing book. Even for me, as many of Daniel's books I've read before and other books, this is a book that just offers so many tidbits and so accessible to change your life. And it's not just a $26 book for $19.90. That in and of itself would be remarkable, and free shipping and handling. And we'll give you a coupon for any vitamin purchases you make between July and December. You'll get 10% off. That would justify it on its own. But we're also including a free bottle, 60 capsule supply of my 2000 IU vitamin D3, and a 60 capsule supply of a brand new product, our brand new theanine. It's an amino acid with unique properties. It's concentrated in green tea, interestingly enough. I originally discovered it because I can't tolerate coffee because of the caffeine in coffee, but mysteriously, I can tolerate green tea. And I finally understood the benefits of theanine, which offers a calming effect on the caffeine and increases focus at the same time. So it's something that you can enjoy the benefits of at work, especially on a stressful day. So you'll get a 60 capsule supply of theanine, a 60 capsule supply of vitamin D. You'll get the book, you'll get a 10% off coupon. So just the vitamins alone, their retail value are close to $35, and this is only $19.90. So enjoy. And I wish we had more time. We'll have a longer spot as well that's closer to an hour in length that you could see as well. But enjoy, best of health, and thank you so much, Daniel, for making this an incredibly great opportunity for my nonprofit to provide to everyone.
I'm so grateful.
Take care. Thanks, everyone.
Well, that was amazing. I so enjoyed that. I hope you did as well. We encourage you to stay in the ordering process for yours. Just an amazing opportunity from Dr. Daniel Amen. Well, welcome everybody. Good evening. We are live from St. Petersburg, Florida, where tonight we're going to be featuring lots of wonderful vitamins and supplements from Mr. Andrew Lessman, including today's specials at midnight. It's secure meal replacement and a sneak peek to July's today's specials, Ultimate Eye with an all-new formula. And with that being said, we're going to get things going with our first product of this particular moment, and that is Essential One. The #1 multivitamin, in my opinion, that money can buy, the greatest out there. Powerful, balanced, pure, completely unique in the marketplace, that is for sure. If you are new to Andrew Lessman's products, this is certainly going to be start here. If you are somebody that's always taken a multivitamin and you are, good at doing that, I want you to compare this to maybe what you have been taking. If somebody in the family is not so good in terms of diet, in terms of getting the nutrients, the vitamins that they need, this is something that can really make a big, big, profound impact. I'll go over the pricing so you can see. Andrew and the team have done special savings, a 30, a 60, 180, or 360. You're saving more the higher you go, but the 360 caps, normally the most popular because it's typically one per day. That would typically cost $149.90. Today it's $89.90, and that saves you $60. I believe we are moments away from seeing Andrew live from Santa Monica.
Here.
Andrew, it is great to see you. How are you?
I'm great, Adam. How are you?
Andrew, can I just quickly say, just real fast, I found that interview to be amazing, and I was reading up about Dr. Amen. What an accomplished gentleman he is.
Accomplished doesn't do justice. He is without question as good as one could be in terms of his professionalism, his experience, but his compassion is unequaled, and he really is a remarkable human being and an incredibly knowledgeable doctor. And the book is just a wonderful book, and that's why we put this together. It's my gift to everyone, because with every book that's going out, it's costing us more than it's going to you at. So it's really a wonderful opportunity for everyone to enjoy an incredible book and to try some vitamin D, try some theanine, which are very timely products right now. So it's a great opportunity, and I just feel very privileged to be able to share the information that Dr. Amen provides, that Daniel provides in that book.
And I ordered mine while I was watching the video and listening to you and the doctor talk, so I'm excited to receive it, and thanks to everybody that placed the orders.
And just quickly, I'll even say, I mentioned, I think in the clip, but I don't know if everyone, about 10 years ago, I had a very bad crash on my mountain bike. Yeah. And thanks to Daniel Amen, I had a pretty bad head injury, and he was the only guy who figured it out. Wow. So he's really he's been a dear friend ever since, and a pretty amazing guy.
Well, we're excited to know more about him, to learn more about him. Make sure you get yours while it's available. And Andrew, a big night ahead for us tonight. Starting off with Essential One, I always love this, and you know very well why. It is the best that money can buy.
It's where it all starts, and that's why I figured we'd start off with this. Everyone still has the benefit of the extra special pricing, and it ends The world is starting to normalize for almost the entire first 6 months of this year. We had everything to support everyone, everything at extra special pricing. Right. So it's an opportunity to get your Essential One, to really get your foundational supplement. It gives you the B12, the vitamin D you need. We'll talk about separate vitamin D in a moment. We have it for pennies a capsule. But here you're getting 2,000 IU of vitamin D3 in a multivitamin, literally significant or substantial separate levels of vitamin D. And we all know how important vitamin D is all the time to all the important systems in our body, our brain, our cardiovascular system. But we now know how critically important it is also to our immune status and to our immune system. So a multivitamin is always important as foundational nutrition for all of us. And it certainly is extremely important now with what's going on in the world.
Well, it's looking after ourselves. And you had mentioned it, Andrew, in one of the videos that you'd done, that perhaps now there's more of a renewed focus on ourselves, on what we eat, on maybe, you know, leaning up, toning up, maybe being more conscious about what we're doing for ourselves.
Yeah, we human beings are incredible creatures. We have the ability to adapt to almost anything. But once we're done adapting, we have the ability to forget almost everything we've learned. So I'm hoping that as difficult as the challenges have been for us as a society, as a planet, for the last several months, and it's hard to believe that only, say, 5 months ago, 6 months ago, everything was normal. Right. And then everything was turned upside down. So hopefully, it's been a dark time. Hopefully there will be some lessons acquired, because as I was saying just today to a friend of mine who is also in the wellness education area, we were just saying that, gosh, it's interesting how we always talk about the importance of managing your blood sugar level or managing your blood pressure level because of the long-term health risks those sorts of things pose. But what we now learn today is, to the extent we guard our wellness today, it doesn't just protect us against illness long-term, but it's supportive of us in the short term. So hopefully the lessons learned will be kept with us, and we'll focus on our diet. We'll focus on nutrition. We'll focus on our body weight and body composition, because we learned again through this period that overweight and obesity, it's not just our enemy long-term, but it certainly poses significant risks short-term. So we'll talk about that at midnight with our secure meal replacement. So hopefully, I'm the kind of person, I'm the perpetual optimist. So I like to think, okay, this has been difficult. This has been a terrible time for virtually everyone. So let's try to derive some benefits from it, some learning from it. And I think our society, we're definitely going through some transitions now. Yeah. And hopefully we're all learning and we're all progressing.
Well, one of the things that Andrew always does, for anybody who's watched him for all of these years, is he follows the science. He gives us the information. If you're somebody that takes Centrum or One A Day or any of these big vitamins that have been around for many, many years, I've actually laid some of them out here. They're a very colorful bunch. If you compare these side by side, and I don't just mean the size, these are rock hard tablets. This is a super, super fine powder, which I'll open momentarily. But when you compare them side by side, Andrew, as we wrap this up, yours are completely different.
Well, we can spend hours and hours differentiating this product from the other products on the market. My products are 100% additive free. That's why we manufacture them in the high desert of Nevada. The low humidity allows our products to be 100% pure. So there's no additives. They're an ultrafine powder. They will never upset your stomach. They're gentle even to the most sensitive stomachs. So it's a product that delivers the real potencies you require, not the minimum daily requirement, right, but the true requirements, like 2,000 IU of vitamin D3 and 250 micrograms of natural form of vitamin B12, unlike all the leading brands, and also the natural form, the active form of folic acid, that's our 5-MTHF. So again, I could go on for hours. There's no multivitamin like it in the world in terms of its purity, in terms of its efficacy, its formulation, and just its ease of use, that you'll fall in love with using it. It will not make you sick to your stomach.
We love it, and it is available with these special savings again. The bigger the capsule count, the bigger the saving to you. The pricing that it normally is in this column. If you order today, special pricing down here. Again, up to $60 saving if you go for the 360. Cannot recommend it enough. I'm gonna head over this next way to showcase our next product, but it kind of brings back into what you were discussing a little bit with the doctor, and we were talking about vitamin D. Such an important topic, far-reaching benefits. Most of us are simply deficient. And Andrew, the studies, the research supports that we really have to take this seriously and get the appropriate levels, right?
And it's not most of us. If you look at the research, it's 80 to 100%.
Wow.
Unfortunately, vitamin D is not present in abundance in any food at all. If we look at our past, we were running around partially clad, so we were converting the UV radiation and we're converting it into the vitamin D we needed. We don't do that very effectively. Certainly as we get older, we do it even less effectively. And that's why most of us are deficient or insufficient in vitamin D. And vitamin D plays so many roles in our body, from its role in our brain, for its role in cardiovascular health, and now its role in supporting our immune system status and our immune system response. So vitamin D is critically important to maintaining the structure of our vascular tissue, of the systems in our body. So I can go on and on about the importance of vitamin D. What's one of the unique attributes of vitamin D that I always love about it is that as much as I could go on and talk about its importance more than any other vitamin, more than vitamin C or vitamin E or even vitamin B12, it's the least expensive.
Right.
It's so rare in life that the thing that gets the most praise about having the most important qualities and being the most important, how often is that literally the cheapest? So despite the perfect reviews that this product has, and we're talking about thousands of perfect reviews, it's, I think at the price today, I'd have to look at the screen, it's probably about 6 or 7 cents a capsule. It's less than a dime a capsule in probably all of the sizes, most all the sizes. So it's an incredible opportunity to get something so important. And if you're overweight or if you're obese, you need to take extra vitamin D because it gets sequestered. It gets trapped in body fat because it's fat soluble. So it isn't readily available to the tissues that require it. So if you're overweight or obese, you're going to have to take a little bit higher level to achieve the internal levels that you require for the benefits. And again, it's one of the simplest ways. If I'm asked what's the most important vitamin for immune system support, of course I have to initially think of vitamin C, but I actually think vitamin D is right there with it. So vitamin C and vitamin D, certainly vitamin C gets all the praise and all the press, but vitamin D is even more affordable, and it's equally as important as vitamin C to supporting your immune system.
And it says it so perfectly in the graphics, and many folks might not realize, but Andrew plays a big role in what you see here, because it's really important that you get kind of the facts of what Andrew is offering. But as it says, it's the most important and the most affordable vitamin to consume. Over 1,800 5-star reviews. So in terms of the pricing, Andrew was right there, 60, 180, 360, or the 720. Look at the pricing and look at the savings. Really, it is the most affordable of these essential vitamins that we need to be looking at and certainly considering. Take advantage of the FlexPay, take advantage of the 30-day money-back guarantee that HSN has to offer. And Andrew, we obviously have the opportunity to choose the 1,000, 2,000, or 3,000 IU. What kind of guidance can you give us on that, on which is appropriate?
Well, I always say the minimum level that anyone should take, and I mean truly minimum, is 1,000 IU.
Okay.
What I consider a reasonable minimum level is 2,000 IU.
Okay.
I take 4,000 to 5,000 IU daily, and that achieves what I consider to be proper blood levels of vitamin D. Most folks are going to need to take 3,000 to 5,000 IU daily. If they're overweight or obese, they might have to take a little bit more, but you never have to take as much as 10,000 IU daily. I would never do that unless your doctor was specifically instructing you to do so. At 5,000 or 6,000 or 7,000 IU daily, if you say we're overweight or obese, you should be getting more than enough. And again, what's great about vitamin D, it's a simple blood test that we should all know our vitamin D levels. Just as we know our cholesterol levels, we should know our vitamin D levels. One of them poses a risk for our health. The other one poses benefits to our health if we have a healthy vitamin D level.
And I always find it fascinating as we talk about it, because as Andrew said, it's not readily available in the food that we eat. So chances are that we are deficient in it. It's something that we need to think about. And we talk about benefits, Andrew. There is so much that comes from this. And needless to say, with our conversation earlier, for the first part of this year, for the majority of us, we've been stuck indoors this whole time.
Well, I was going to say that about our meal replacement later. We'll be talking about our sunscreen later. A lot of folks have been inside, so all of a sudden you're getting out in the sun, so sunscreen is important. We've been inside, so what little we might get from converting it from the sun, we're not getting it. Right. And again, vitamin D, no matter what you eat, vitamin D is not available from our diet. The only way you get any significant levels of vitamin D from your diet is if you're eating foods that are fortified with vitamin D, which is no different, say, than taking a supplement. What you're getting with this product is you're getting the certainty of getting the best form that's highly absorbable, and you're getting at levels that you know exactly what you're putting in your body. And that's one of the things that you'll read in the reviews on this product, and it's, again, a virtually perfectly reviewed product. The reviews talk about the fact that they've tried other vitamin Ds and they couldn't see a difference when their doctor tested them. When they looked at their levels after having used this product, they saw a dramatic difference. And that's the difference in quality, absorption, availability that, Adam, you just opened that capsule, that ultra-fine powder provides. It's absolutely crazy to take vitamin D and trap it in a tablet, to make it so unavailable when you could otherwise make it so easily, readily available. And that's what all my products are designed to do. They're designed to work. They're designed to deliver levels that will make you feel a difference, that if it's something that's going to affect your blood levels in a test, that you will see those blood levels transformed when you use a quality product.
I've never seen another brand, and we'll talk a lot about this in the midnight hour with our Ultimate Eye today, special sneak peek, but I've never seen a brand so focused, so concerned on evolving, on making sure that the formulas that are being harnessed and used are absolutely the very finest that they can be, taking advantage of all the latest research and technology. It's remarkable to me, even to this day, Andrew.
Well, that's our whole basis. As I always say, I really have two masters, or three masters perhaps. I have to follow Mother Nature. I have to follow the science and the research. And then I have to follow your lead. That, as I always say, the most important person in my product development department is no one that's in Henderson, Nevada. It's all of you who use my products. Right. And that's why I read all the reviews. When you communicate with my office or communicate directly with me, that's something that I consider in every product we make. And that's also why when we offer our vitamin D, this was a suggestion from you. So depending on what you've decided you need or your doctor has recommended, it's so important. So whether it's 1,000, 2,000, or 3,000 IU, just to clarify if there's any confusion, the price is the same.
Yes.
So whether you choose 1,000, 2,000, or 3,000 IU, we will not discriminate based upon the amount you need. The price is the same, and the price is that 1,000 IU price. So again, it's less than a dime a capsule, no matter which potency you choose. So if you choose 3,000, what an incredible value you're getting at less than a dime a capsule.
And just $69.90, and that's for the largest capsule count as well, being the 720. We're gonna head over this way, because Andrew just said it, but it is spring, summertime now here, and we have a special on Andrew's revolutionary sunscreen. We always take great pride, I certainly do, in talking about this, because for so many years, we have really always bought chemical sunscreens, the most readily available for sure, but as time's gone on, we've become more and more, I suppose, knowledgeable about rubbing chemicals onto our skin. Well, Andrew's labor of love is called Soleil, one of his labors of love, and this is a remarkable, truly nothing like it sunscreen that is decades in the making. It's a mineral-based sunscreen, it is natural, it's not sticky or tacky, it goes on perfectly, fragrance and preservative free. If you have sensitive skin, if this is for you and for the children, it is the best sunscreen money can buy. Just before we jump in, I want everybody to see this pricing, because this really knocked my socks off earlier today. 2 ounce, 4 ounce, or 6 ounce. Look at the pricing. A little goes a long way with Andrew's Soleil sunscreen. Even the big 6 ounce version, normally $70 and worth every single penny. It's $29.90 today, so it saves you way more than you're spending. Andrew, I'm so grateful that you made this, because for so long I was using the other types of sunscreens and I'm not impressed reading the back of the labels.
Oh, no, and most of us don't know. It's certainly not in the interests of all the big sunscreen manufacturer, sunscreen selling companies out there to tell us that chemical sunscreens are not in the interests of our health. Why do we use sunscreen? We use sunscreen because it's healthy to do so. It protects our skin from the skin damage that ultraviolet radiation unavoidably causes. But the only sunscreen that we should be putting on our body is a sunscreen made from zinc oxide. All those other chemicals, in study after study after study, even pronouncements from our government, they're not viewed as being as safe. They're not viewed as being healthy. Those chemicals enter our body. If you slather them on your body, if you then did a urine test or a blood test, guess what? You'll find them in your urine or you'll find them in your blood, because they enter our body. Zinc oxide does not do that. Zinc oxide works as a shield on the outside of our body instead of actually reacting with sunlight on the inside of our body. Imagine it actually penetrates into your skin and then it actually chemically reacts with sun. Whereas the way zinc oxide works, it acts as a shield. It's an occlusive. It occludes. It blocks the sun. Whereas those other sunscreens, they might call them sunblocks, they work by actually chemically reacting with the photons, with the energy present in ultraviolet radiation. And that chemical reaction, when it's taking place on your skin or in your skin, it's not in the interests of the health of your body. And certainly those chemicals aren't in the interests of your health once they're inside your body. So this is a product that I look at this as something we've created because we have the technical expertise, knew how to work with these minerals. My original sunscreen product was from over 20 years ago. So it's something I almost view as a kind of a labor of love, as sort of a nonprofit project, for so to speak, that it's something that it's important that we use a zinc oxide-based sunscreen. The second choice would be titanium dioxide. That would be the second choice. But really, zinc oxide has certain advantages over titanium dioxide. And again, you won't find this product is dermatologist tested, it's ophthalmologist tested. Even recently, we've pediatrician tested it. So it's mild, it's non-comedogenic, it won't cause breakouts, it's not oily, it can go on under your makeup. We put this through more testing than I would imagine any normal sunscreen ever contemplates going through. So, and it's the 6-ounce size is a very large size, and it's just ends up being pennies a use because it's so affordable.
I mean, we have to buy sunscreen. I mean, summer's here. Summer's arrived. It's knocking at the doorstep. And we have to buy some type of sunscreen to protect ourselves and our skin. We know that. So if we're going to buy any sunscreen, let's buy Soleil. And Andrew, you know, you talk about sensitive skin. You talk about under your makeup. You talk about, you know, the way you created this. This is, it's the best of everything. A lot of people have tried more natural sunscreens in the past and have not been impressed, which is why many folks go back to those big brand chemical ones. With you, I say you cracked the code because you have. I mean, it's the only sunscreen we have in the house now. It's the only one we use.
And if, you know, if you love yourself, if you love your children, you will not put chemical sunscreens on them. You just should not. And when you look at a product like this, last year, we had it as a Today Special last summer, and it sold out. So what I decided to do this year is make it a summer special. So we'll have it available from as long as it lasts, from now until hopefully, say, September, for all of the summer. And we'll have it available at a price that's even better, a little bit better than last year's pricing. So it might not have the red of a Today Special, but it's even better pricing than a Today Special. And it's an opportunity to, the sun, we certainly need some sun. It's good to go outdoors and things like that, but too much sun is just horribly damaging to our skin. We've been cooped up for a long time. Our skin is going to be sensitive. We really, if we don't want our skin to look unattractive, the number one cause of wrinkling of our skin is sun exposure. If we look at the parts of our body that aren't exposed to the sun, they're not going to be as wrinkled as the parts of our body that are. If you even look at the side of your face or the arm that the sun coming in your car, say on the left side, it's going to have more sun exposure and more damage. And in Australia or the United Kingdom, where they drive on the other side, it's just the opposite. It's so easy to see the damage that sunlight does to our skin. So whether we're talking about health or whether we're talking about vanity, sunscreen is important, but sunscreen shouldn't be miserable. And that's why we dermatologists tested this. We want to make sure it was healthy, that it went on easy, that it went on gentle, that it didn't cause breakouts. And then we also made sure that it was going to be sensitive to your eyes. We wanted to make sure that it also was going to be safe for children. So pediatrician tested, dermatologist tested, ophthalmologist tested. I just wanted to make sure that I knew how great this formula was from the standpoint of use, that I wanted to get all of the professional validation so you could feel confident using it yourself, using it on your children, using it on your face.
And just a reminder, the pricing, as Andrew mentioned, it's as good as, quite frankly, better than today's special pricing, 2 ounce, 4 ounce, or 6 ounce. The 6 ounce, so you get the big size, and this is gonna last you a long time, I promise you. A little goes a long way. Typically is $69.90. If you order it today, it's $29.90. It's a flex pay of less than $10 to get it home, and $40 saved. Remember, Andrew would want you, as I would, to send it back if you do not love it. So you have our 30-day return policy here at HSN to give it a go, right? To try a new sunscreen that we believe is going to be better.
And you'll love it. As far as zinc oxide sunscreens go, there's nothing like it. The reason why the chemical sunscreens feel good is because those chemical sunscreens, it's like putting this wonderful emollient oil on you. But the reason why it's so emollient and oily, it goes right into your skin, gets absorbed into your body, and these are not healthy oils. These are synthetic chemicals that you do not want inside your body. I'm just going to read 2 reviews quickly before we ran along. I know the clock expired, but this was from last year. Surprise sample. When I received my latest Andrew Lessman purchase, there was a sample of new ProCap's product, Soleil sunscreen. I was especially happy because sunscreen was my first purchase ever from Andrew Lessman. That was probably over 20 years ago. And then the product disappeared. It was an easy decision to purchase Andrew's products. The new sunscreen product is lightweight and disappears easily when applied. It's not greasy, goes on under makeup perfectly, and does not have an offensive odor. I'm excited about being able to purchase a safe and effective sunscreen. We'll do one more. The formulation of this sunscreen is excellent. I knew if Soleil satisfied 2 criteria, I could use it. It could not sting my eyes or irritate my skin, which is the problem with most sunscreens. My skin is very light and sensitive, so I have to use sunscreen, but if it does the above, I avoid it. What stood out with Soleil is that it's not thick and does not leave a sticky film like other sunscreens. To me, there is no obvious fragrance. It absorbed nicely into my skin, and when I go for my run, it does not burn my eyes. I have a problem with that too with typical sunscreens. Lastly, it has not made my skin break out. Thank you, Andrew. And all of the sizes, you save significantly more than you're spending, especially on the middle size and the largest size.
As we keep going, we're just a few moments away from our midnight today specials, secure meal replacement, and a sneak peek at our Ultimate Eye. But we want to talk about coenzyme Q10, CoQ10. Every cell needs it. There are so many health benefits. It's truly one of the #1 top sellers from Andrew. We can go way back in the history books and talk about how Andrew introduced this to the United States of America. Of course, CoQ10 in the US has become, as it has in so many places, become a huge hot favorite. Common sense energy product that delivers so many benefits. It's on my Desert Island lineup of products that Andrew brings to us. I want to show you the monthly savings because it is an April, are we in April? That's an April special savings. We're in June now. This is our, I was going to say that really
it just shows how, Adam, it just shows how much in fact, our February savings, the essential one that was February savings.
Right.
So for months, we've continued all the special savings, and I'm glad you did that because it reminds me that on Tuesday at midnight, midnight Eastern time, all of the extra special pricing, the Today special pricing that we've continued through this crisis, all of that is going to finally wrap up, and we're going to go to more normal event pricing. Still our great HSN pricing between visits, which will be back in only about a month afterwards. But finally, that all good things have to come to an end. But fortunately, it's with the fact that it looks like COVID-19 in our world hopefully will be returning more to normal.
Well, indeed, with the special pricing, time did stand still, and we're grateful for it for sure. But as they say, all good things must come to an end. This is a chance to get your CoQ10 30, 60, 120, or 240. Fabulous pricing for the best in the world. It's the formula, Andrew. It's the purity. It's a product that for is truly anybody and everybody. It makes a huge difference and has had an impact, certainly on my life.
Well, CoQ10 is something that I should let everyone know. I mentioned it the last time we had talked about this, that CoQ10 pricing at the end of last year spiked, meaning the price that the world's largest manufacturers of CoQ10 charge for it. And unfortunately, that means we bought enough and made the kinds of commitments necessary to protect us for about a year. So everyone out there relying on my product has been immune to that. I think when our Today Special is toward the end of this year, the price per capsule might even be more than what this monthly special is, because literally the price of CoQ10 has gone up it's gone up triple, quadruple, quintuple. It's gone up not a little bit, but it's gone up dramatically. So the pricing we see here is even better than it looks, because the pricing of CoQ10 has gone up dramatically. And what we're seeing there, that bright yellow color, that's the natural color of pure CoQ10. And also, unlike other CoQ10 products, we provide CoQ10 with the other nutrients. As important as CoQ10 is, and yes, it is the central molecule for any energy protection in all of the trillions of cells in our body, every single cell can't rely on its neighbor for energy. Yeah, there's no pitching in to help your neighbor. Every single cell is required to produce all the energy it needs, and CoQ10 is the central molecule in the transport of electrons that transfers this electrical potential that is the energy that we all experience. And CoQ10, unfortunately, is something that as we get older, the availability of it, we struggle with the availability and the production of it. Also, in addition to aging, whether it's our diet, whether it's going to be the medications we take, like statin drugs or drugs for depression, antidepressants, or antihypertensives for high blood pressure, whatever it might be. These drugs also influence and lower our CoQ10 levels. It's kind of no wonder that one of the most common side effects of most of those medications is fatigue, because obviously the collective result of our cells not being able to produce the energy we need is fatigue. Right. So CoQ10 is the most logical and common sense energy product you can ever consider. It might not be, for lack of a better word, as sexy as sort of a stimulant product that gives you a sudden boost of energy. But the way CoQ10 works is if you have trillions of cells in your body, and all you do is enhance those cells' ability to produce energy just a little bit, that's a heck of a lot more meaningful to me than giving yourself a stimulant boost. And that's how CoQ10 works, the most common sense way, by supporting energy production in every single one of the cells in your body.
And just to reiterate, as we stand here today, 4,074 reviews, 4,074, with 3,500 of those at a perfect 5-star, and quite frankly, the remainder at 4-star. So virtually perfectly reviewed. Andrew mentioned the pricing is now expiring June 9th, I believe we said, Andrew, is that correct?
Right. That's Tuesday evening, June 9th, yes. So
take advantage while you can. It's certainly worthwhile, especially as Andrew mentioned, the pricing on, of course, these key ingredients has gone up on CoQ10, 30, 60, 120, or 240 at $179.90 versus the $99 and change that you can order it for today, saving nearly as much as you're spending. Just remember this, not all CoQ10 products are made the same way. It might say CoQ10 on the label at the big box store or at the supermarket, but it's not specifically the exact same product.
And all too often, there are various companies that test products on store shelves and things like that to make sure that they contain what they say they do. And all too often, products are found that they don't. And when we do our live remotes from our factory, and hopefully we'll be able to do one again before the end of this year, but when we do the live remote, you get to see the investment we make in quality control, quality assurance, that we test every material that goes into a product. We test every product when it's done, and then we validate that product is going to maintain its potency. So there's the reason why our products are so perfectly reviewed is because we make that investment in the material. And as I said, the one thing to be aware of with CoQ10 is the end of last year, the price went up dramatically. So with my products, you have a false sense of security. Our price has not. But I think by the end of this year, when we have to do our Today Special, I think we won't be able to, we can't avoid the fact that we will also be the victim of those changes in prices. So the pricing will go up by the end of this year.
And Andrew, we just have 20 seconds available, but I did want to mention the immune factors. Just a quick overview of what this is, please.
Right. Yeah, with our Immune Factors product, I avoided talking about this product for the last several months, really for obvious reasons. So it is available. It's rated 4.8 stars. What you really want to do when you're looking at immune supportive product is just looking at the nutrients, the botanicals that support your immune system in the very important work it needs to do for us. So no, it's not a drug, it's not a medicine, it's not a miracle cure or treatment for anything, but it delivers the nutrients that support your immune system.
It's a powerful blend for sure, and it's available right now at that special pricing, $79.90 for the 360 caps, and of course, free shipping and handling on all the items that you're gonna see tonight from Andrew. If you missed anything that Andrew and I have presented, including the amazing book from Dr. Daniel Amen, we are, of course, available to showcase that online at hsn.com. I encourage you to watch the presentation, the interview that Andrew conducted with his dear friend. But the time has come. Every night at midnight, a new day begins. A new big value, a special value. Tonight, we have a couple today's specials to share with you. First and foremost, it's Secure Meal Replacement. The today's special starts right here, right now.